Hello, 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 and welcome. Welcome to another day, another glowing and lovely day. How are we feeling? You know that the chat is open, the chat is live. Give me an emoji, give me a word that we're feeling on this beautiful, beautiful Sunday morning. I'm kind of liking this Sunday morning live vibe as opposed to Sunday night. Let me know how we're feeling about that. Let me know what's landing with you, where we're at. Cozy. I know Gabby is cozy on this Sunday in London. Oh, my goodness gracious. I'm so grateful to be here with you. Oh, my gosh. What a journey it has been. We are 2 weeks into the Glow Within Challenge, and I am blown away by not only how you guys have reached out to me and told me that how this stuff is landing with you, but also just like the way it's sort of shaped and grown me as a facilitator and being able to offer all this wisdom and this nourishment to you, to be in reciprocal relationship with you guys in the chat, dropping these daily prompts, talking about just healing in real time, how we regulate our nervous system to get to that heart-centered place where manifestation happens from. I just was listening to a podcast, a Mel Robbins podcast, with a neurologist or neuroscientist, and he was talking all about the power of manifestation and how we actively and effectively can manifest. I am so grateful. This has been an amazing journey. Drop your reactions in the chat. Let me know how you're feeling. We'll let people kind of filter in over the next few minutes, but I'll tell you a little bit more about what I've been learning and how this has all been landing with me. Initially, we started this journey, this process, because I wanted to create a container that held all of the offerings that I had to give, right? We have the recipes. We have the nourishment part of the course. That whole first week was all about, okay, how do we get to that grounded sense of safety in our body? Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? How do we make sure that we are nourished and fed and well? And how do we do that sustainably? How do we give ourselves and each other the resources to be able to fill ourselves up, quite literally, not just metaphorically? This entire challenge is all about how do we fill ourselves up sustainably. I think now more than ever, it is imperative that we are resourced, that we are fed, that we are well, that we are nourished, that we are generally empowered to understand our power as the creator of our own life. I think there are so many sort of extenuating external circumstances that are trying to disempower us constantly. But when we can remember that the power exists within us and always has and always will, we are more able and equipped to really create the change that we wish to see in the world. My passion and my purpose, I believe, is all about helping creators fill up their cup so that they can be more equipped to be whole here, so that they can take their power back and create a reality in which all of us can thrive. Because we're all just making this up. I hate to break it to you, if you didn't already know, we are ultimately all making this up. And absolutely, there is a co-creation happening with the source much greater and wiser than us. But we're making this up as we go. And I think it is imperative that we remember our power, that we come back into the present moment, come back into our heart space, regulate our nervous system from that place of like survival and scarcity and lack, come to that centered place. Remember our stillness. And remember the truth of who we are, the truth of where we come from, the truth of who we come from, right? Your ancestors didn't come this far just to come this far. They are relying on you to take the next steps in our collective evolutionary journey, to turn over a new leaf, to create an entirely new paradigm. And I absolutely 100% believe that it starts with you, and it starts with the daily choices that you're making every day. Man, oh man, week 2 was powerful. Week 2 was intense. We were talking for all things, from gratitude and reenacting our gratitude practice, which has been, I mean, full vulnerability moment, like a huge, huge catalyst in my own healing, even just over the last week. It's funny, as I'm dropping these prompts and I'm engaging the chat and I'm like teaching all this wisdom to the crew who's in the Glow community with us. I have been, I don't want to say tested, but I'll say prompted by the universe to really practice what I preach, to really stand in what I believe. And I had been knocked with, man, just a couple of like really big things and like a lot of like chaos for a second. And I was like, for a moment, a brief moment, really kind of thrown by it. And I was like, okay, there's a lot happening here. There's a lot of things moving. There's a lot of stuff going on. What is this trying to teach me? And how do I get back to my center so that I can respond instead of react, right? And one of the key things that really helped me get to a more regulated state was my gratitude practice, was literally just opening up my journal and being like, okay, what am I grateful for that's here right now? Let me tune into the frequency of gratitude. Let me tune back into the moment of what is real right now. I am so grateful that I have a home, a shelter that is warm. I am so grateful that I have food in my fridge and on my table. I'm so grateful for all the love in my life. I am so grateful to be on purpose and of service to my community in this way. And that whole just tuning into the most simplest of practices, right? Just reminding myself what I'm grateful for shifted my entire perspective of how I was looking at the world. And I think we take these practices for granted. We think, oh yeah, gratitude practice, I'll get to that, whatever. It's like, I'm an advanced meditator, and so I don't need to do gratitude practice anymore, or I'm not, and I'm so busy and I don't have time for gratitude. I think that is a rookie mistake. And I think the older and wiser that we get and the more in tune and aligned that we get with the practices that I intend for you to learn through this program, right? Through this 21 days, the more and more aligned that we get, the more I hope you recognize the power of gratitude in your own life, the power of connection to a source that is much greater than your human self, the lowercase s self. And reconnect with that sort of uppercase S self, right? That higher version of you. When we can become in right relationship with that self, well, first of all, we're just creating a whole new paradigm. We're just operating from a whole new paradigm. We are different. And thus our perspective on the world, our external world is different because our internal world becomes different. The information that we're receiving and communing with it's on a whole new level. And I think it's really going to be the thing that takes us to where we need to go, to where we most desire to manifest and create and all the things, but really just will empower us as the creator of our own life. Man, oh man, I just have to say, week 3 is going to be so powerful. This is where where the rubber meets the road. I've actually never used that phrase out loud before, but truly it's like where we start putting into action all of the things that we've been learning over week 2, week 1, and throughout week 3. We're going to be talking all about how to clarify your vision. On the solstice this Friday, we're going to be doing a vision boarding workshop. I'm super excited to invite you guys into. That will be a live workshop. I think we're going to kind of open that one up to the public, but I would absolutely love for you guys to be there to learn how I vision board. I use a platform called Milanote, which if you know me, I'm always talking about Milanote. This is not sponsored, but it should be because we love Milanote. Anyway, we're going to be talking all about how to clarify our vision. A really dear friend of mine talked about, instead of vision boards, doing prayer boards. And I really, really like that insight, because how do we pray in action? How do we create this vision of our life, not just from our human perspective of like, oh, I want these material things, but like in alignment with the greater vision of our life, in alignment with our highest self, right? How do we use that as a prayer over our own life, casting the spell of our future, of our future vision, I'll say. We're going to be talking all about internal and external beauty. I am dropping the skincare routine. If you guys were with me when I dropped the glow recipe over this summer, then you know all about it. But as we're doing all these sort of internal beauty prompts, I think it's really important that we, how do I say, get clear on what our external kind of process is, how we take care of this body externally as well. That is equally as important. So that one's going to be really beautiful and really fun. I'm really curious to see how that lands with you guys, to see what works for you, what doesn't, all the things, and just help you kind of refine your own practice. Just because I'm dropping my glowy skincare routine doesn't mean that that's going to be the one that works for you, but it will give you sort of prompts, and there's affirmations in that day where whatever your routine is, you will be able to do it consciously and intentionally, really kind of casting the spell, if you will, of beauty and of love, like genuine self-love over your life and over your body is the intention there. We're going to be diving into pleasure activism, which if you are as much of a fan of Adrienne Maree Brown as I am, she's an incredible queer Black woman writer, incredible writer, one of my favorites of all times. And she writes all about pleasure as an act of liberation for us and for those of us who have been traditionally denied that. If you haven't already, definitely get Pleasure Activism. It's a book that she has written, but we'll be talking all about that sometime in the middle of this week. We're going to be talking about how to build your routine. It's like, okay, we have all these kind of esoteric spiritual practices. You have some recipes here, you have whatever, some guided meditations and affirmations, but how do we actually put it into practice so that we can become the version of ourselves that is going to manifest what is most necessary, right, over our lives? I'm honored that you are here. And I just have to say, the goal is ultimately to define and become the version of ourselves that we've been envisioning over the last 2 to 3 weeks. I want you to lock in and hone in on the highest ideal for your life. Because if you don't, and if you aren't clear on where you're going, well, how can you ever expect to get there? Silly goose. So I'm really, really honored to have you guys a part of that journey. Wow, man, oh man, I do just have to say, what a wild week it's been. What a wild year it's been. Can you guys believe that it is December? I mean, it is the end of a powerful, powerful year. And I'm honored to be ending it with you so intentionally and so beautifully and so with so much love and service here. Honored to do this work with you. And I cannot wait to dive into week 3. First things first, though, let's start with a guided meditation. It'll be quick, but I want to invite you into this present moment to call your power back. When you are ready, finding your breath. Feeling your seat, how gravity is holding you here. Breathing in through your nose, all the way up to the top. And exhaling it all through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose. Holding at the top. Exhaling it all through the mouth. I want you to envision yourself in your safe place. wherever that may be for you. It can be your favorite spot in nature. It can be a cozy place in your room. It can be sitting in the sun somewhere. Wherever you feel most alive, most free to express and to be. Wherever you feel most you. I want you to feel the sun on your skin here. Feel the warmth around you. Feel how it warms you up from the inside out, radiating this warmth. Radiating this power, this warmth, the strength of the sun. Breathing in the light of the sun. I want you to envision yourself like a magnet, radiant like the sun, calling all of your power back to you. Envisioning all the fragmented parts of yourself you may have left willingly or unwillingly with people or in places, things and ideas and thoughts. I want you to call all of your power back into your center in this moment now. Breathing in, breathing out anything that no longer serves you, any energies that are no longer in alignment with the truth of who you are as the creator of your life. Breathing out any negative self-talk, breathing out any toxic patterns, toxic habits, toxic people, breathing them out. Using your breath as a vehicle to release that energy from your body, your physical body, your energetic body. Breathing it out. At the bottom of your exhale, I invite you to breathe in all of your power through your nose, sucking it all up, all of you, back into yourself like a vacuum. Inhaling and holding it all at the top. Your power culminating here. Exhaling it all through the mouth. What does the most vital and alive version of yourself look like? How does she, he, they feel empowered here? What is the feeling that you feel? How do you breathe as this most empowered, most filled up version of yourself? How do you sit? How do you rest? Knowing that you are full. Knowing that you are enough. Knowing that you are plentiful. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Envisioning yourself shining like the sun. Glowing like the moon in her fullness. You are the universe. There is no one else outside of you dictating your life. You are creating it with every choice, every intention. It's you and you. You and God. You and your highest self. Co-creating this reality. Now that you know you are writing the script of your life, what kind of world are you creating for yourself? What is the reality you will create for yourself and your community around you? What frequency, what legacy do you want to leave here? How do you want people to be impacted by you after they meet you? How do you want them to feel? The more full we become through our own practice and our own remembering of our power, the more we are able and equipped to overflow onto those around us. What does your overflow look like? Breathing in through your nose. Extended exhale through your mouth. Wiggling your toes. Coming back into your body in this moment, right now, as the empowered creator of your life. Where will you go from here? How will you shine from this full place? When you're ready, blinking open your eyes, wiggling your toes and your fingers, bringing life back into your body. I want you to reach for a journal and a pen. And I want you to quickly write down anything that came up for you in the meditation. And then I want you to write down 3 things that you are grateful for in this moment. I'm going to set a timer for 2 minutes, 3 minutes perhaps. I want you to free write, stream of consciousness, whatever comes up first. Don't think about it, just write. 3 things that you are grateful for in this moment. I'll join you. Clock starts now. Got about 1 minute left. As we finish those prompts, 3 things that you are most grateful for in this moment, I'm going to share my screen and walk you through what to expect for week 3 of the Glow Within Challenge as we dive all the way into self-love and aligned action. I think that, again, this is the place where the rubber meets the road. It all comes to life, where we come to life. And walking through this portal with you, if you are watching the recording, this is where that will exist. You'll click this link as the first step of diving into this week, and then we're going to get into the thick of it. This week's theme, the final week, the goal is to define and become the version of ourselves that we envisioned in week 2, and to put into practice all the tips and tools that you've learned throughout this challenge. The focus is on establishing a foundational routine that emphasizes internal and external self-love and alignment with your ideal future self. Activities include today, we're just going to overview the week's focus. We'll go through a Q&A after this, and we already did a bit of the guided meditation and gratitude exercise. Remember, you guys, that the goal is to build upon these new skills and insights that you're learning every day. So don't forget to incorporate all the new recipes that you learned in week 1 and the practice of saying grace over your food, whatever that means to you. Listen to the guided food meditation whenever you feel called. These tools are available to you. And ultimately the goal ultimately the goal here is to just build your toolkit, is to resource you with everything that you need to move forward with as much mindfulness and intentionality as you can. as you move through these next few weeks and the rest of your life, ultimately. Commitment and consistency is the key to seeing results. I love this quote by Lao Tzu because it speaks to manifestation and the doing in such a different way. His quote is, "Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished." I think there is real power to setting intention and getting clear on where you're going. And then the allowing, right? It's no one else's responsibility to bring these manifestations to life. So there is aligned action that is necessary, but there is equally allowing that is necessary too. The analogy that I love and have used before in conversations with friends is it's like surfing, manifestation and life. When you have this goal, this intention that you want to create and bring to life, it's like surfing. You have to be the one to pick up a board, walk down the beach, get into the ocean, swim out beyond the break, and stand up, catch the wave. But once you've caught that wave, you have to just allow it to come to life, to fully manifest, to fully just take you where it needs to be. You can't control it. It's this sort of equal give and take that I think life is, and ultimately manifestation is. So as we move into this week, the idea behind this week is to provide you with the tools you need to embody the version of yourself that you most want to become. It's not enough that we set the intention of where we hope to go. We must do everything in our power to take one small step at a time in the direction of where we most want to head, where we're going, where we hope to go. I implore you to ask yourself this week, what kind of person do you want to be? That question has changed the course of my life. I once was sort of in between a big life decision that had a lot to do with love. And I went to a Thai restaurant with a friend, one of my favorite restaurants in the Bay Area. It's a bit of a tangent, but if you've ever been to Champa Gardens, if you know Oakland, then you know. It was just so delicious. So it really sticks out in my mind. And I was telling him, I don't know, I really want to do this, but I'm feeling really tempted to do this, kind of tempted by my shadow self and other sort of things and people that are kind of pulling me in a different direction, but I know my purpose is this. My friend looked me in the eye and he said to me, Iman, ultimately, whatever you do is your choice. But I want you to consider what kind of person you want to be. Just think about that. What kind of person do you want to be at the end of your life? What do you want to be able to say about your integrity, about who you are? He said, think about what kind of person you want to be. And it was so simple, but it absolutely changed the trajectory of my life because now I take that with me in every decision that I make. I personally want to be the most loving version of myself that I can be. I want to be deeply of service while I'm here. I want to express myself freely and unapologetically because I know it is my birthright. And so that means when my fear of being seen comes up, or when I get sort of feedback, or when if I'm feeling like I'm doubting myself, my negative self-talk comes up, I know that the person that I want to be is the fully expressed version of Iman, because I know that version is going to be able to overflow most onto my community and the people of whom I am most here to serve. I want you to consider, what does your life look like once you consider who you want to be? What does that life look like for you? How do you make choices from that place? What decisions should you make from here, considering that? The closer in connection we can get with our higher selves, the easier it will be to align with the life we set out for ourselves. So the closer we can get in connection with that vision, that shared vision, the easier it will be to align with that life, the easier it will be to get there. This week we'll be getting really clear on where we're going from here, clarifying the vision and strategizing what steps and routines we need to put in place actively every day to get there. This week, I mentioned, we'll be clarifying our vision. We'll be building a lasting routine that's unique to you. We'll be talking all about internal and external beauty tips, soul care versus skin care, pleasure activism prompts, and so much more. We have a full jam-packed week, and I'm so excited. let's get into the Q&A. If you have any questions, please drop them in the chat. Otherwise, I'm going to walk through our frequently asked questions here in the course, which are also available to you. But do let me know if you have any questions, any concerns, drop them in the chat here. You're also welcome to always, at any point in time, drop them in the community tab. That is a place for us. We get to commune and grow and glow together. And I'm happy to be of service to you in any way that I can. So why is clarity important? Like, why do I keep using that word? Why have I built a business upon creating this thing, this clarity for folks? Like, why is that important? Well, clarity and a well-defined vision of the future are essential for personal and professional success. They provide direction and purpose, helping us understand what we want and achieve why it matters. A clear vision enhances motivation and our focus and enables us to effectively set goals by breaking aspirations into tangible action steps. That actually has a lot to do with strategy as well, but clarifying the vision of where we're going is going to help us get there, I mentioned, and I cannot emphasize that enough. It also helps us resist distractions that don't align with our objectives because we know where we're going. You know, if my intention is to be a fully expressed creator unapologetically, well, then when that self-doubt comes up, when that fear of being seen comes up, I know that I'm not supposed to succumb to that. I'm supposed to evolve beyond that, break through that, you know. It helps us resist distractions that don't align with our objectives, simplifying decision-making and offering criteria and in order to evaluate our choices. Furthermore, clarity allows for adaptability in the face of change, ensuring that we can adjust our plans while remaining committed to our ultimate goals. How do routines impact mental health? You guys, consistency is everything. Routine and ritual is a practice as old as time. You can call it whatever you want. You can call it your morning routine. You can call it your morning ritual. You can call it your practice. This thing that ultimately it is this thing that you continue to pour into and pour into. Routines have a profound positive impact on our mental and emotional health by providing structure and predictability, which help us reduce stress and anxiety. It creates a sense of stability and comfort and allows us to feel more in control of our lives. Ultimately, I can speak from experience. Whenever I am most sort of discombobulated and chaotic and just doing and going from task to task, I'm usually not in alignment with my practice, and it is throwing me even more, just vacillating me chaotically in all kinds of directions, and it doesn't help me get anything done. It adds so much to my cortisol and my stress hormones. It dysregulates my nervous system, and then I'm just reacting to everything that's happening, and I'm not consciously responding. Routine, structure, and stability, even in the smallest senses. For me, I wake up and I meditate every morning. And then I get ready for my day. I do my sort of self-love practice as I'm doing my skincare. And then I'll make breakfast. And that is my solid routine. Like even like the minuscule moment of it, or like, how do I say, like the most baseline version of it that is going to help me clarify and just get grounded and start my day from that centered place. And it has, when I tell you, had such a profound impact on what I'm able to achieve, how I'm able to even just be in space, how present I'm able to be. It goes without saying. Your routine is everything. Consistent routines enhance emotional well-being by fostering a sense of accomplishment and promoting healthy habits, such as regular exercise or better sleep. Additionally, routines are great coping mechanisms during times of change and uncertainty. If you are going through it this season, which I know a lot of us are, how can you lock in on even 1, 2, 3 things that help you ground each moment? Are you starting your day with meditation or prayer? Are you getting out and exercising, moving your body first thing? Are you, whatever it may be, do that thing consistently and watch how your brain, your body, your mindset, your heart, your nervous system is able to regulate and relax on the other side of that. For individuals with mental health conditions, routines can be crucial for symptom management and overall stability. Ultimately, in this society, I think we all have a little bit of a mental health issue because our society is insane. Our society is corrupt. And so if we are well adjusted to this corrupt society, well, we all need a little bit of rebalancing and remembering in order to get to just a baseline state of well-being. And I think it is super, super important that we remember that your practice, the key lies in your practice. How are you taking care of your body, your mind, and your spirit every day? Ultimately, incorporating healthy routines into daily life significantly enhances your quality of life and your well-being. We talked a little bit about skincare and how it contributes to self-love and confidence, but I genuinely believe that engaging in a skincare routine serves as an act of self-care. It promotes feelings of self-love and appreciation for one's body. As I'm like rubbing my oils and my moisturizers and my things on me, I'm whispering little affirmations to myself. I'm affirming, I love my body. My body loves me back. I'm affirming my skin glows. I'm affirming I feel alive, and it radiates through my skin, through my eyes. That practice, that affirmation has been, 180 difference from when I started to where I am now, just in my own level of self-esteem and self-confidence. And just remembering, hey, whenever you forget and that negative self-talk like comes back to you and tries to like diminish your light, you have to be the one to reinforce that wisdom, to reinforce the truth of who you are through your practice, and to practice it every day. This goes into all the important benefits of actual skincare, taking care of your skin. I mean, we know that ultimately taking care of your external body is just going to like help guide us in a really beautiful way towards the life that we wish to experience, where we most hope to go. Furthermore, healthy skin can reduce self-consciousness in social situations, allowing individuals to interact more freely and positively with others, just because you feel better about yourself. We want to make sure that you feel good from the inside and the outside. Overall, investing time in skincare not only enhances physical appearance, but also nurtures mental well-being, reinforcing a positive self-image and empowering individuals to face daily challenges with greater confidence. Once you realize that you are a friend to you, that it's you and you in the mirror, anything is possible. Anything is possible. Once you become an active team member on your team, anything and everything is possible. Self-esteem, we know we got into a little bit last week. Self-confidence and self-esteem are crucial components of the journey towards self-love, as they significantly influence our overall well-being and life satisfaction. Self-confidence, which involves trusting in one's abilities and feeling secure in one's identity, empowers individuals to face challenges, pursue opportunities, and engage with others without fear of judgment. Self-esteem reflects how much individuals value themselves and their worth. And that is a practice that we affirm over time. Through our practice, we are affirming, I am worthy of this love. And that just kind of adds to the bank of our self-esteem. Man, oh man, together, strong self-confidence and healthy self-esteem create a foundation for personal growth and just filling up your own cup that enable individuals like us to accept ourselves fully, to set realistic goals, to know where we're going, to get there, and to know that we have the confidence and the strength to be able to get there in order to create and cultivate meaningful connections with others. Ultimately, nurturing these qualities is essential for developing a loving relationship with ourselves, facilitating a more fulfilling and empowered life. Ultimately, you guys, that is what it's about, is making sure that we are filled up, that we have the resources, that we have the tools, that we have the insight and the connection with a source much greater than us to know that we have the power to create a life worth living, that we get to make it worth it. And it's up to no one but us to fill up our own cup. If we want to be well, if we want to feel well, it starts with us. It starts with our practice. And it starts with day 1 in week 3 of the Glow Within Challenge. I am so excited to have you guys here. If you are watching this recording, I honor you from the past into the future. I wish you the best as you step into this next and new version of yourself, more aligned version of yourself. I pray that you get there with ease and with grace. And I have been honored to lead you through this journey. This has been such a gift, not only to those of you, I hope, but really to me. It is truly, truly, truly magical to have brought this to life and to be walking you guys through this experience together. Thank you so much for being a part of this. I cannot believe it is almost 2025. We have so many more beautiful offerings coming to you in 2025. We are working to make it incredibly more and more accessible, incredibly more and more impactful. Our real intention is adding as much value as possible to make sure that you have all of the resources to build up your toolkit, to fill up your cup so that you can be well, so that you can feel well, and so that you can overflow onto your community around you. Because the world that we wish to see, this new paradigm that we are being asked to create, starts with us. And it starts right here with your practice. I honor you so much. Thank you, Gabby, for engaging in the chat. Thank you to all of you for watching here, now, in the past, in the future, all the things. I'm honored to be a guide for you in this journey. If you have any questions or concerns, drop them in the Glow Within community chat on WhatsApp. Shoot me a DM on Instagram. I am available. I am a resource to you, and I am honored to walk you through this process. I will see you in another video. See you at the end of this week. Sending so much love. Happy solstice. Ciao.